Good evening, all my people out there in Radio Land. It's your boy, Raider Rome here. I fought that West Coast bias with Josh Matson Wednesday night on the NGSC West Coast recess, but now I'm here to deal with a situation that's very near and dear to my heart, and that's fighting that Raider Nation bias. And you all know by this point, it's a very, very special subject to me because I am Raider Rome, a.k.a. my little brother's big brother, a.k.a. the last king of Raider Nation. And I'm here with the one man who I do trust in this Raider Nation operation, my good friend Jim Paskowitz. And when we're together, we are the Blackhole Brigade. And what we do is we bring you all the happenings going on in the world of Raider Nation. We recap the game for you, and we give you a preview of the game that comes Sunday. And as I previously said, this is not a one-man operation, so I give you my good friend, my Raider Nation brother of another color from another mother, my main man, Jim Paskowitz. How you feeling over there, Jim?
I have been a lot worse, I'll tell you that. This is a great week for the Raiders. Another one.
Oh, yeah, man. Like I told you Sunday afternoon, I couldn't wait to get back here Friday because we were going to have ourselves a story to tell. 2 in a row. Man, can you believe it? We're actually starting to play some decent football. I know it's got to excite you because it's exciting the hell out of me.
It's amazing. It's been a while.
Yeah, it most definitely has. Man, but I tell you what, I was really sweating out that last 6.5 minutes, though, when we got that 17-point lead cut down to 7. It's like me and you were saying. The boys never seem to make anything easy.
Nope, that was on my mind as I was watching it on Red Zone. You know, they just can't take a lead and hold it and make it nice and easy for us. But the win is the thing.
Yeah, the win is the thing here. Before we move on here, Jim, I mean, we know that the Raiders, this was their first 2-game winning streak since October 21st and 28th of 2012. My question to you is, when was the last time the Raiders had a 3-game winning streak?
Oh, wow. I don't remember if it came during the Hugh Jackson era or maybe even Tom Cable. I might say Cable.
Well, you are correct. It did come during the Hugh Jackson era. The Raiders' last 3-game winning streak took place November 10th, 20th, and 27th, 2011, when they defeated the San Diego Chargers, Minnesota Vikings, and Chicago Bears. Oh, interesting. Man, talk about 6 degrees of a winning streak. The Chicago Bears are our opponent this week, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. I don't know. I've got my eye on Cutler. I don't know if he's going to play, but if he doesn't, then I think we can handle Clausen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, on this show, we try to be how can I put this? We try to be as
fair as possible.
Yeah, let me skip that. We try to be as objective as possible with both teams here. Yeah, I don't know why the hell I kept stumbling over that word. I don't know. But, yeah, if Jimmy Clausen plays, I believe that me, you, our listener, P.D. Bronco right now, and 8 other people could probably stop him from throwing for over 250 yards. I mean, that's just my feeling right there, Jim.
Probably.
Yeah, the guy, he just doesn't have it. I mean, he's never had it from the beginning. Carolina didn't think enough of him to actually give him a chance after that first season. They're like, let's go get Cam Newton. So if this guy starts, Oakland already has themselves an advantage defensively.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, Cutler gets a lot of flack, but realistically that team's problem is not Cutler. It's that offensive line, and it has been for the last 3-4 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember when they had Mike Martz as the offensive coordinator, and they were up there trying to run 7-step drops with such a porous offensive line. You knew it was not going to work out. It wasn't going to end pretty every time he would drop back that far.
Reminded you of the 2006 Raiders, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Ugh. But at least we had Randy Moss that if you did have enough time, you just throw the ball up and hope he can win a one-on-one matchup.
And he usually did.
Yeah, he did until he decided he wanted to quit, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so Oakland and Cleveland, man, we did a lot of good things happen in that football game. You know, we finally found the pass rush that we've been speaking about. Latavius Murray had himself a breakout football game. And, hey, Khalil got his first 2 sacks of the season. Man, you got to be pretty encouraged by that.
Well, they did something with Mac. From what I saw, they did something with Mac that I thought was very interesting. They put him over on the left side, the left defensive end, and away from Joe Thomas, which I love because I still consider Thomas one of the best left tackles in football. But that move worked because Mac pretty much owns the right tackle for Cleveland, whose name I don't know, and he probably doesn't at this point either. That was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, and it really helped out matters too, because Khalil he was just beasting that whole game.
Yes, it did. He looked very quick off the ball and had a step on him the whole game.
Another interesting thing is, man, Seth Roberts is actually starting to turn into a red zone weapon in his own right for Derek Carr. I mean, he's caught 2 touchdowns the last couple of weeks. Hey, we may have ourselves something here with this kid from West Alabama. How you feeling about Seth Roberts over there?
Well, Seth Roberts and Andre Holmes both have been fantastic. I mean, you talk about Crabtree, and we talk about Crabtree and Cooper a lot, but the two guys in the slot, if you can find 2 guys in the slot who can consistently make the catches that these guys are making so far, those are 4 weapons that you can go to the ends of the earth with. And Roberts has been a huge shock. Not a downgrade guy, but who saw that coming out of training camp, out of preseason?
I certainly didn't. I actually thought Rod Streeter would be that third leg along with Crabtree and Cooper. And it seems like Streeter, he's just falling off the edge of the earth. But I guess Del Rio, I mean, he has no loyalty to you, so you didn't play well in the preseason. You didn't do too much. Hey, he's going to move you along for somebody who did play. And I think Seth Roberts right now is reaping the rewards of that.
I agree. Because he did have a very good preseason. So, and you use the people who show you they're going to make the catches. So.
Yeah, and I think that's what's making this football team a lot better. You're actually being graded on merit now instead of being like given to you on what you've done in the past, like a scholarship kind of player. And I remember Al Davis used to have guys like that. That's why Stanford Routt got like that gigantic contract when he was nowhere near deserving of it.
Stanford Routt was nowhere close to worth the money he was paid.
Yeah, the money they gave Routt, I mean, you might as well have given Asamoah a little bit more. But that's neither here nor there.
Because they wound up giving Routt the big contract that Asamoah wanted.
I mean, not to downgrade Nnamdi, though, because, I mean, that was my boy. But it seemed like as soon as he got up out of here, you could tell his career was starting to just take that dip. But I'm glad he retired as a Raider.
He got to Philadelphia, and I don't know what happened. They didn't know how to use him. He was strictly a man-to-man corner, and they stuck him in a zone, and at that point in his career, it was done. But, yeah, I loved the guy when he was here. I'm glad he did retire a Raider.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get too many players doing that these days, so much respect to him. And, man, I got some great news for you there, Jim. Your boy Latavius Murray is now currently 4th in the NFL in rushing, and basically off of the strength of that 139-yard game he had Sunday. And you hit the nail right on the head with Latavius Murray. Why go get another running back when we've got ourselves kind of a poor man's Adrian Peterson in our backfield? And he's showing that he will be the running back and the franchise guy for the team in the backfield for a long time to come.
Exactly. He's really – his speed – he hasn't really had a shot to showcase the speed other than on a couple of runs. But I've been very impressed with his footwork in traffic. He moves very quickly in a hole, and he dodges and dives. He kind of reminds me of Barry Sanders just a little bit. I don't want to put that on him quite yet. But the way he moves his feet in traffic and as quick as he is in a hole, that kind of takes me back to Barry Sanders a little bit.
Well, it is rather interesting to see a big man be able to move so quickly and shiftily. It's interesting. It's weird.
Exactly. At 6'3", 225 pounds, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah, I tell you, it's not even fair. Man, you see that move he had against Baltimore where it looked like he was going to lose about 5 to 6 yards, and he ended up with like a 3 to 4 yard carry. It's like, wow, make you miss a phone booth.
With half the defense on top of him.
Yeah,
I wasn't terribly sad when we ducked out of the DeMarco Murray sweepstakes in the off season, because I watched him the last 3 or 4 games last year. We've got something here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I was actually hoping that even if we did sign DeMarco Murray, it'd be kind of more of a running back by committee type thing instead of just giving DeMarco Murray the job as the bell cow back, because we see in Philadelphia he doesn't seem to be handling that very well. So I'm glad we made the decision we did.
He's struggled quite a bit in Philly, so I'm feeling pretty good right now about the decision not to grab him.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. And great job by the secondary this week. For the most part, they held up pretty well. I mean, guys such as Nico Thorpe and T.J. Carey. And you speak about making adjustments and things of that nature, Jim. Man, it seems like Del Rio found one that seems to already be paying dividends, moving T.J. Carey to safety in the game last week and moving Nico Thorpe to corner. I think it actually started to confuse what Cleveland wanted to do offensively a little bit. The Thorpe's more of a bigger corner, and he was able to jam a little bit more and run with the receivers.
Yeah, Thorpe is a bigger, he's more of a classic safety size almost, but he did an excellent job against Baltimore, and he followed through against Cleveland. The only thing I can say about that is that McCown did throw for 341 yards, but he also put the ball up in the air over 50 times, or he dropped back to pass over 50 times. So you take what you can get with that. They only ran for 39 yards, so there's the plus.
Well, yeah, and Malcolm Smith, he was all over the place. Another player. I mean, it didn't matter who the running back was, Crowell, Duke Johnson, Sean Drone. Every time they tried to hand the ball off, Malcolm Smith was up there knocking somebody for about a 1-2 yard gain, or if not a complete loss. Yeah, I was pretty excited by that front seven's defensive play Sunday rather. It really excited me.
Exactly. They did a fantastic job, and like you said at the top of the show, I mean, they finally got that pressure that we've been waiting all season for them. Well, all season, all 3 games. But
well, now you had it right, Jim. It has been all season.
So, we've been waiting for it, and there it was. And I failed to do this last week, and I feel terrible for it. I did not give the offensive line their credit. They did a fantastic job against Baltimore, a wonderful job on Sunday. Derek Carr didn't get sacked. He didn't go down.
I don't think Derek Carr got touched at all Sunday, to be honest with you.
Exactly. I mean, they did a fantastic job against Cleveland. They did it against Baltimore. I can't say anything bad about them. From Austin Howard over to Donald Penn, I mean, they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, that they most definitely have. I mean, I've got no problem with it. We haven't had dominant offensive play like this in years, so I'm going to go ahead and enjoy it for as long as we can ride it,
Yeah, and I'm kind of enjoying it too, because I always said that our most important off-season signing, that guy in the middle of the offensive line, Rodney Hudson.
He's already showing that he's a leader early on in that line.
Exactly.
Donald Penn is probably one of our better linemen, but yeah, I'd have to say that our leader of that line probably is Rodney Hudson. He's come out and he's already shown the example for the line.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since we've had a center. Since Barrett Robbins went off his meds in Tijuana. Since then that we've had that center who can take control. And the Raiders were always noted for that with Dalby and with Otto.
Yeah, Max Montoya, guys like that.
Exactly. Big centers who took control, and they hadn't had it since Robbins, and Robbins was a heck of a center.
Yeah, it's too bad he was a whack job though.
Yeah. Yeah, but hey, that might have done him good while he
Yeah,
played.
it seems like